Well, we have a great topic today on something that you may not have thought about in this technology age, tech etiquette. With so many of us emailing, tweeting, sharing things through Facebook updates, what does that mean for the world of business and how you should communicate? Well, joining us today to give you some tips on tech etiquette, we're pleased to welcome Chad Liebenguth from Robert Half International. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thanks for being here.
We were chatting in the commercial break about some of the things that people do that they may not realize is a breach of etiquette. And tell us a little bit about this topic and how it's kind of emerging as a new code.
Well, it is a very hot topic because there's a lot of uncertainty on kind of the do's and don'ts of technology these days. And because we've got Facebook and Twitter and text messaging and everything that's at our disposal, there's a lot more opportunity to make mistakes, and some of those mistakes can have some big career implications.
Now, you have a list of some of the no-nos, some of the things that you probably should not do.
So we talk to a lot of clients that talk through some of these things, and some of these are basics, taking phone calls and emails and meetings. That obviously can show a lack of interest and disrespect for those that are hosting those meetings. Using a cell phone for a conference call can present a number of problems. So we just advise people to mute your line if you're going to have to take a conference call from a cell phone. A big one is really using email for sensitive subjects, and people have to understand that email can be that the tone can be misconstrued. That the purpose of the email can just be lost when there's not that body language and the tone that you'd like to set. And so we try to encourage people to be cautious when you use email versus picking up the phone and kind of the old-fashioned way of communicating and just talking with people.
And one of the interesting things on that list, taking pictures with your cell phone.
Yeah.
You see so many people doing that. Not a good thing.
Well, it's just kind of one of those unsure things. We just caution people to really be careful before you take a picture. And do you have the approval of the person you've taken the picture? Is it really professional? Is it going to hinder or hurt your professional reputation? Because everything that hits Facebook and the internet, it can't be deleted. So people need to recognize that as well.
And one of my pet peeves is on here, overusing reply all.
Yeah.
When somebody sends that message over and over again to everybody in the group.
Can be very damaging. We've got a number of occasions when, email and the reply to all has been, very damaging to someone's career when you're not careful how you use that. So.
Now, what about the proper tech etiquette? What are some tips on handling that the right way?
Well, I think overall, you just have to be very cautious when you choose to use email, Facebook, Twitter, and don't post anything negative. Don't post anything that, could be kind of taken out of context, because it's permanent. You can't delete an email, although you think you can. There's always a record. And so we try to caution people to be very careful when you use technology to communicate. Because it can have, again, just damaging repercussions.
And there's a lot of talk, I'm sure you're probably hearing from some of your clients that they're using this technology to kind of research some of their potential hires and employees, right?
Without question. People think Facebook is personal. A lot of clients will pull somebody up on Facebook before they hire them and just see what's out there. Will this person fit in from a culture standpoint? What does Facebook tell us? And so we really try to caution people that you've got to take that into account and be careful what pictures you have out there. Be careful what posts you put, and there's a record that's kept. And so we encourage people to Google yourself and make sure you know what's out on the internet, because it can definitely make or break your ability to get a job.
Well, great advice. Thank you so much for sharing that with us and our viewers. And again, Chad here from Robert Half International. We will be right back with a check of another stormy forecast.